right, sir, your full name and date of birth.
Alex David Bocek.
Thank you, sir. You are here for a new case out of Superior Court. It is alleging one count of aggravated assault involving a simulated deadly weapon, a Class 3 felony, one count of unlawful flight from law enforcement, a Class 5 felony. Those have an offense dated yesterday, November 24. In this matter, I don't show that you qualify for court-appointed counsel based on the financial information that's been submitted to the court. If you believe that's incorrect and you should qualify for court-appointed counsel, we can address that here today. You can also always bring that up at your next court date as well. You are, of course, entitled to retain an attorney on your own behalf to represent you in this matter. So in this case, your current court dates are a status conference December 3rd, preliminary hearing December 5th, both at 8:30. Those are going to take place at the Superior Court located in downtown Phoenix. I do recognize you have some pretty limited history. I think you just had misdemeanors primarily, although I think a couple of those at least were alcohol-related offenses, which does appear in line with the allegations that were submitted here today. Now, based on the nature of the offense that you're here for, in particular with the unlawful flight that is involved here, in which you attempted to flee from law enforcement, I do believe a bond is appropriate. You do have a $5,000 secured appearance bond. If you post bond and you are released from custody, you're also going to be ordered not to return to the scene of the offense, not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol while on release. Do you have any questions regarding this information?
A weapon. There was no weapon.
Your charge is for a simulated weapon.
What does that mean?
So that's if you're faking having a weapon in your case. Whether or not you were faking it, your release conditions include the term that you cannot possess any weapons.
I understand.
All right. Any other questions?
No.
All right. If you want to go and step over, you can pick up that paperwork over there. All right. Tommy Duarte and then Farrakhan will be up next. All right. So your full name and date of birth?
Tommy Duarte.
All right, thank you, sir. So you've got 3 separate cases here today that we need to review. The first one is going to be a new case out of Superior Court. The charges there are 1 count of aggravated DUI. That's a Class 4 felony. That's currently the only count I was able to find probable cause on. They did submit a second count for aggravated assault, serious physical injury. That's actually a Class 3 felony. Had they submitted that count in a different manner, I would have found probable cause. But under the subsection they submitted it under, I am unable to do so today. So in this matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. A status conference is set December 3rd and a preliminary hearing December 5th, both at 8:30. Those are going to be at the Superior Court located in downtown Phoenix. In this matter, because I am going to be setting bonds in your 2 probation cases that are here today, you have a $50 cash-only appearance bond. You also have orders that you are not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol while on release. Since you are still on supervised probation, if you do post bond and are released from custody, you are instructed to contact probation within 72 hours and otherwise comply with all other terms. Your next 2 cases here are both of your probation matters. Each of those are now here for a term 1, the violation. In each of those matters, the public defender has been appointed as well. You have a revocation arraignment hearing December 2nd at 8:30, and that will be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. In the first matter that we have here, I believe this is what your endangerment conviction. You have a $1,500 secured appearance bond. The second one, which I believe is burglary tools, if I'm recalling correctly, is a $500 secured appearance bond. So it's $2,000 total for those probation matters. Then you've got that $50 cash bond for the new charge. You will get individual paperwork for each of these cases. It's going to have all that information in it. But do you have any questions regarding it?
So I have those bonds.
You do have a bond, correct?
Okay. Okay, that's okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, if you want to go and step over, we'll get that to you. You can have a seat at this time. All right, Mr. Farrakhan and Amanda Menifee will be up next. All right, sir, if you could state your full name and date of birth.
Rob Muhammad Farrakhan.
All right, thank you. You were here for a probation violation warrant that was issued. It's for a failure to appear at your prior revocation hearing. So in this matter, you now have a revocation arraignment hearing set on December 2nd at 8:30. That'll still be at the Superior Court located in downtown Phoenix. The bond in your warrant has been affirmed. That's a $500 secured appearance bond. If you do post bond and are released, you are still on supervised probation. You do still have to abide by all terms. That does include contacting probation within 72 hours. Do you have any questions regarding any of that information?
No.
All right, sir. If you want to go and step over, you go and pick up that paperwork. Thank you. All right, Amanda Menifee, and then Cornell Johns is up after that. And ma'am, your full name and date of birth?
Amanda Renee Menifee,
thank you. So you're here for an out-of-county warrant. It's out of the Navajo County Superior Court.
Really weird.
Their case number is CR 2024-00922. They were notified that you were picked up on this warrant and verified both the validity of the warrant and extradition in this matter. You now have an arraignment hearing set on November 27 at 8:30 a.m. That'd be at the Navajo County Superior Court, the address of which will be included in your paperwork. The bond in their warrant has been affirmed. That's a $500 secured appearance bond. Do you have any questions regarding this information?
Okay, so I have to get bonded out?
You have a bond that you would be required to
I
post
can't pay
prior
that.
to your release. If you're unable to post bond, then you would remain in custody. Navajo County needs to come and transport you out there in order to attend your court date.
Oh, my God.
All right, if you want to go and step over, we'll get you that paperwork. It'll have all that information in it. We have Cornell Johns, and then Dora Ortiz will be up next. So, Mr. Johns, please state your full name and date of birth.
Cornell Johns, March.
All right, so you've got two separate cases here today. Both of these are probation violation warrants that have been issued. In each of those matters, there was a petition to revoke filed that alleges a violation of terms 3 and 5 of your probation terms. The Public Defender's Office has been appointed. We have a revocation arraignment hearing set on December 2nd at 8:30. Those will be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. The bond in each of your warrants has been affirmed. The first one is a $50 secured appearance bond. The next is $250 for a total of $300 for both matters. If you post bond and are released from custody, you do still have to abide by all terms of probation. That does include contacting probation within 72 hours if you're released from any facility. Do you have any questions regarding either of these two matters?
No.
All right, so if you want to go and step over, you can go and pick up that paperwork so you can have a seat. All right, Ms. Ortiz and then Maria Martinez will be up after that. Hi, ma'am, your full name and date of birth.
Me llamo Dora Ortiz.
Thank you. So you are here for a probation violation warrant. It's for a petition to revoke that was filed, looks like a while ago, alleging a violation of terms 6 and 7 of your probation terms. The Public Defender's Office has been appointed to represent you in this matter. You currently have a revocation arraignment hearing December 2nd at 8:30. That'll be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. The bond in your warrant has been affirmed. That's a $250 secured appearance bond. If you do post bond and you are released from custody, you are still on supervised probation. You do still need to comply with those terms that you were previously provided. That does include contacting probation within 72 hours. If you no longer have a phone number or contact information for them, there is going to be a number provided within your paperwork that you're going to be receiving so that you can contact them. Do you have any questions regarding this?
So with $50 the amount on bond, right?
250.
Oh, 250.
250, correct.
And then the court date is December 2nd, right?
The court date is December 2nd, yes. All right, any other questions?
No.
All right, then ma'am, if you want to go and step over, go and pick up that paperwork over there. We have Maria Martinez and then James Adkins up after that. All right, ma'am, your full name and date of birth.
Maria Martinez.
All right, so you are here for two separate cases. Both of these are for warrants that were issued for direct complaints that have been filed. So in each of these matters, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed and a status conference is set December 3rd, preliminary hearing December 5th, both at 8:30. The first direct complaint alleges one count of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. The date of offense for that case is July 29 of 2024. Your next direct complaint alleges one count of possession of narcotic drugs, Class 4 felony, one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. That one has an offense date of November 16 of 2022. So in those matters, you have the same court dates as well as an attorney appointed in each of those cases. Looks like you were brought over here via a petition to secure attendance of a prisoner. Are you now on parole, or are you still serving out time in that matter?
I believe I was going to be on parole for a month after.
Yeah, so in December, is that the date that I saw?
I thought it was January.
Oh, okay, and that could be too. I know that they listed something in here, and I think it did say 2025. Okay. All right, so what I did in each one of these matters is you do have a $50 cash-only appearance bond. So it's $100 total for both. just keep in mind, as long as you're being held in that DOC hold up until your actual release date, when you get released to parole or community supervision, just keep those bonds in place, because you're not going to get released in any event, okay? That way you can stay in custody and get these matters taken care of. They can know to transport you to your court dates, okay?
Okay.
All right, any questions regarding that?
No.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
All right, James Adkins and then Amy Sanchez will be up next. All right, so your full name and date of birth?
James Henry Atkins,
Thank you, sir. You were here for a probation violation warrant that was issued. It's actually a non-warrant probation violation. It's alleging a violation of Term 1. I believe they did have some additional violations that were listed in there, so it's likely you're going to see a warrantless petition to revoke with some additional violations, but I only have information on the Term 1, so that's the only thing I'm addressing today. The Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You have a revocation arraignment hearing set on December 2nd at 8:30, and that's going to be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. So in this matter, you do have a $50 secured appearance bond. That is the amount you'd have to post to be released. If you're still being held on your other matter, you do still need to post that amount as well. All right. Any questions regarding this case, though? All right, sir, if you want to go and step over, you go and pick up that paperwork. Thank you. All right, Mr. Sanchez, and then we've got Crystal Detierly. You'll be up next.
One yard.
All right, sir, your full name and date of birth. Your full name and your date of birth.
Jamie Andres Sanchez,
All right, hold on one moment. I just made some changes to the no PC markings on there. I can make a correction. All right, so you are here for a new case out of Superior Court. The charges are 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, and 1 count of failure to obey. That's a Class 2 misdemeanor, both of which have an offense date of November 25th. Those are the 2 counts I was able to find probable cause on here today. There are some additional counts that have been submitted that I was unable to find probable cause on. That's 1 count of possession of narcotic drugs, 1 count of unlawful flight, and 1 count of DUI. This does not mean that those counts are necessarily going away, but they did not provide me with sufficient information to proceed on any of them here today. So in this matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You have a status conference set December 10 and a preliminary hearing December 12, both at 8:30. Those will be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. In this matter, because I was only able to find probable cause on the 2 counts that I listed for you, one of which is a misdemeanor, the other is a Class 6 felony. You are being released today, but it is going to be subject to the supervision of pretrial services. You would be subject to alcohol and drug testing and monitoring in your case. You still have orders not to possess any weapons, not to possess or consume any alcohol, okay? Any questions regarding this?
no, Your Honor.
All right, we did have to reprint out his paperwork. I think she just got that done, so if you want to go ahead and
Thank you, Your Honor.
we'll get that paperwork out to you. All right, we have Crystal Detierly. Sasha Earl is going to be up next. All right, ma'am, your full name and date of birth?
Crystal Detroit.
Thank
I've
you.
already been, appointed a public defender.
I know.
Okay.
Can I talk now?
Sorry, yes,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right. You are here for a bench warrant that was issued for failure to appear in CR 2024-151595-002. In this matter, your new court dates are now going to be a status conference December 10, preliminary hearing December 12, both at 8:30. Those are going to be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. I did take a look at your docket. Looks like a motion to quash has already been filed by your attorney in this case. So I assume you did at least get in contact with them after you failed to miss your first court date earlier this month. It is for that reason I am going to release you here today. The court has not ruled on that motion yet. I don't show any other court dates set in this matter yet. But if you do get notice of another court date, make sure you attend that as well. Otherwise, December 10 will be your next court date up. You are being released subject to the supervision of pretrial services. You're going to receive some instructions on that in your paperwork. It does have their contact information because you are going to have to stay checked in with them while on release. Do you have any questions regarding this?
No,
All right, if you want to go ahead and step over, you can go ahead and pick up that paperwork so you can have a seat. All right, Ms. Earl Isabel Beltran is going to be up next. Hi, ma'am, your full name and date of birth.
Sasha Veronica Earl.
You are here for a new case out of Superior Court. This is alleging one count of possession of dangerous drugs. That's a Class 4 felony. One count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. The offense date for both counts is yesterday, November 24. The Public Defender's Office has been appointed in this matter. You currently have a status conference set December 10, preliminary hearing December 12, both at 8:30. Those are going to be at the Superior Court located in downtown Phoenix. In your matter, I am going to be following the PSA recommendation with respect to release and supervision. You are being released today, but it will be subject to the supervision of pretrial services. Before you go, you're going to get some additional information regarding that, including their contact information and further instructions. You do have to stay checked in with them while on release. Do you have any questions regarding that?
No.
All right, if you want to go and step over, go and pick up that paperwork so you can have a seat. All right, Isabel Beltran, Sean Daly is going to be up next. Ms. Beltran, go and state your full name and date of birth.
Isabel Beltran,
Thank you. So you're here for a new case out of Superior Court. It's alleging one count of transporting dangerous drugs for sale, one count of possession of dangerous drugs for sale. Those are Class 2 felonies. One count of possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony. The offense date for all of those counts is today, November 25th. So in this matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed to represent you in this case. You have 2 court dates that are currently set. That is going to be a status conference on December 10, preliminary hearing December 12th, both at 8:30. Those are going to be at the Superior Court located in downtown Phoenix. So in this matter, based on a review of your history, which I believe just has some fairly dated matters, I am going to be releasing you today, but it is going to be subject to the supervision of pretrial services. You're going to be subject to drug testing and monitoring while on release in this matter. So you'll receive instructions regarding pretrial services.
Okay.
Before you go. You're going to have to stay checked in with them.
Okay.
Any questions regarding that?
no.
All right.
So my next call will be December 10th?
Your next court date's December 10th.
Okay.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, so we've got Sean Daly and Erica Taylor up after that. All right, so your full name and date of birth.
Sean Michael Daly.
You are here for a new case out of Superior Court. It is alleging one count of forgery, a Class 4 felony, one count of aggravated assault, a Class 6 felony, and one count of disorderly conduct, which is a Class 1 misdemeanor. The offense date is yesterday, November 24th. Based on the information submitted to this court, I don't show that you qualify for court-appointed counsel. If you believe that's incorrect, you can address that here with me today. You can also bring that up at your next court date. You do have the right to retain an attorney on your own behalf to represent you in this matter. Your current court dates are a status conference December 10 and a preliminary hearing December 12, both at 8:30. Those are going to be at the Superior Court located in downtown Phoenix. In this matter, based on a review of your history, and it was a fairly limited criminal history, I am going to be following the PSA recommendation today. You are being released on your own recognizance. It is your promise to appear. You have additional orders that you are not to return to the scene of the offense. You are not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness in this matter. I do show you currently reside out of state. Is that still the case?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
If you are permitted to return back to the state of Texas to continue residing while this case is pending, at least for now, are you able to return for any court dates, including this status conference, now scheduled on December 10?
If I have to be, I can try to make it. Yes, ma'am.
It's not a try. I mean, if that's the case, then I'll either set a bond for you or
Well, then
I'll
I
require
will.
you to
Yes,
stay
Your
in
Honor, I
Arizona.
will make it.
Okay. All right. So in this matter, I did put that you are permitted to return to Texas, where you currently reside. I am advising you at this time, though, if you fail to appear at any court date, a warrant could issue for your arrest at that time. Do you have any questions regarding this?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Go step over and pick up your paperwork. Erica Taylor, Marcos Mendoza is going to be up next. All right, ma'am, your full name and date of birth.
Erica Monique Taylor, hi, how are you?
What's your date of birth?
12.
Thank you. So you are here for a warrant that was issued. It's for a direct complaint filed that alleges one count of possession of narcotic drugs. That's a Class 4 felony. The offense date is February 12th of 2020.
Yes, ma'am.
So in this matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. Status conference is set December 10, preliminary hearing December 12, both at 8:30. Those will be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. I don't show that you received notice of the summons that went out. I believe it was sent back return mail. So in this case, given that and given the date of the offense that's in this matter, you are being released on your own recognizance. It is going to be your promise to appear. Do you have any questions regarding that?
No, ma'am, thank you very much. I
All right, you
appreciate
want to
it.
step up? Go ahead and pick up that
Thank you very
paperwork.
much.
Thank you. All right, we have Marcos Mendoza. Isaiah Tapia will be up next. All right, so your full name and date of birth.
Marcos Isaiah Mendoza.
All right, you are here for a new case out of the Goodyear Municipal Court. The charges are one count of leaving the scene of an accident. That's a Class 1 misdemeanor with the offense date of November 25th. You are not entitled to court-appointed counsel in this matter based on the nature of the charge. Since this is a misdemeanor offense, it does not otherwise qualify, but you do have the right to retain an attorney on your own behalf. An arraignment hearing is currently set on December 11 at 1 p.m. That'll be at the Goodyear Municipal Court. You'll be receiving the address for that court in your paperwork. In this matter, you are being released on your own recognizance. It is going to be your promise to appear. You're going to have additional orders here that you are not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness in this matter. Do you have any questions regarding that?
No questions.
All right, if you want to go and step over and go and pick up that paperwork. All right, so we have Mr. Tapia, and then after that, Demetrius Jones.
Hello, ma'am.
All right, so your full name and date of birth.
Isaiah Tapia, 10.
All right, so you're here for three separate matters. These are all misdemeanor warrants that have been issued. The first one is out of the University Lakes Justice Court. That's in TR 2023-158661. It's a driving on suspended license case out of that court. You now have an arraignment hearing set on December 10 at 1:30 p.m. That's going to be at the University Lakes Justice Court. You'll get the address for all these courts provided in your paperwork that you'll be receiving. I did take a look at your docket in this matter. It looks like this is the first warrant that's been issued in this case. If I give you a second shot and release you here today, are you going to be able to appear at these court dates I'm providing you?
Yes.
All right, so you are being released on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear.
Of course. Thank
Your
you.
next case that you have here is out of the Agua Fria Justice Court. That is in TR 2023-144576. It's also a driving on suspended license case. An arraignment hearing is set there December 16 at 10:30 a.m. That'll be at the Agua Fria Justice Court. And again, this is the first warrant issued in this matter. I do recognize it is a traffic offense, so I am going to be releasing you on your own recognizance in this matter as well.
Thank you.
Your third matter is here for a warrant issued out of the Buckeye Municipal Court. This is a post-adjudication warrant issued out of that court. In other words, you did not complete something out of that court after your conviction there, whether it be a fine or a class or whatever it is. Right?
Oh,
That's something to take care of with that court, okay?
Sorry.
So in this matter, an arraignment hearing is set December 10 at 8:30. That is at the Buckeye Municipal Court. It's a post-adjudication warrant, so I'm going to be releasing you on your own recognizance in that matter as well. So you might have noticed that your times or your dates overlap. One is a morning calendar at 8:30, the other one's at 1:30. So if you have any issues with having those on the same date, you're going to have to make any arrangements to move those dates with those courts.
Yes,
okay?
ma'am.
That's not something we can address here
Yes,
today.
ma'am.
But it's, although both are on December 10, one is at 8:30, one's at 1:30.
Okay.
All right, any questions regarding these matters?
Just half of one. The first thing you said out of something county, is that in like Glendale? The first one that you said, because I kept thinking one of the officers were saying Long Beach. I was like, I never been to Cali.
None of these are, these are all Maricopa County.
Oh.
Yeah, this is
I didn't know about
University
county.
Lakes Justice Court, the other is Agua Fria Justice Court, and the addresses will all be included
Okay.
for you.
Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, all right, thank you, sir.
Thank you,
All
ma'am.
right, Mr. Jones,
Thank you, sir.
and then Patrice Green will be up after that. Mr. Jones, please state your full name and date of birth.
Demetrius Jones.
All right, so you are here for a new case out of the West Mesa Justice Court, the charge being one count of failing to show a driver's license or ID, a Class 2 misdemeanor with the offense date of today, November 25th. You are not entitled to court-appointed counsel given the nature of the charge in this matter. Since it is a misdemeanor offense, it does not otherwise qualify. You do have the right to retain an attorney on your own behalf. An arraignment hearing is set December 10 at 8:30. That's going to be at the West Mesa Justice Court. In this matter, you are being released on your own recognizance. It is going to be your promise to appear. Do you have any questions regarding this matter?
No.
All right, go ahead and step over and go and pick up that paperwork there. All right, so we have Ms. Green. I'm sure she is the last one, at least in the courtroom. All right, Ms. Green, go and state your full name and date of birth.
Hi, Patrice Green, 9. Yes, that's correct.
All right, so you're here on a fugitive of justice warrant. This is a warrant that was issued out of Riverside County in California. They were notified that you were arrested on the warrant here today, and they did confirm both the warrant and extradition in your matter. You were given that laminated sheet that you just walked in on. Did you have an opportunity to take a look at that?
Yes, I did.
All right, so that's basically the waiver of extradition language, okay? If you opt to waive extradition and return to California today. I'm going to go over both of your choices here today, and then I'll see if you have any questions about those, okay? So your first option that you have today is you could choose to waive extradition and return to California in this matter. When you do that, you waive all further hearings here in Maricopa County, so you would have no further hearings here, and you would be held in the Maricopa County Jail non-bailable until California comes to pick you up on the warrant. So you would have to remain in custody. California, in turn, would then have 30 days starting tomorrow in order to come pick you up on that warrant. Now, that 30-day time frame starts tomorrow unless you have any local open cases. I'm not aware of any, okay? But if you do, the 30-day time frame wouldn't start until after the local case is completed, okay? That's if you choose to waive extradition here today and return to California on the warrant, all right? Your second option that you have is you can choose not to waive extradition, at least not here today. You can always waive at a later date. If you opt to go that direction today, I'd be setting a fugitive from justice or extradition hearing on December 9 at 1:30 p.m. That would be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. Now, I can't appoint counsel to represent you at that hearing. Although this is a criminal case over in California, the actual extradition proceedings are considered civil in nature. But I will note that there are sometimes public defenders who are present there who can provide assistance, but there's no guarantee of that. You do, of course, have the right to retain an attorney on your own behalf to represent you at that hearing. So in that case, you would be entitled to bail. It's going to be the bond that was in your warrant, which is $51,407. Okay, so it's kind of an odd number. That's a secured appearance bond that would be set if you opt to go that direction. So you would have to post that amount in order to be released, at least prior to that next court date. Now, the process there, if you choose not to waive extradition, is that a governor's warrant has to be signed by the governors of both states before you can be extradited back to California. That can be a longer process. That can take up to 90 days. That's the time frame they have to execute that warrant, okay? All right, so those are the two options you have here today before I ask you how you want to proceed. Do you have any questions regarding either one? No. All right, do you know how you want to proceed today?
I'll do the waiver.
I'm sorry?
The waiver of extradition.
So you want to waive extradition and return to California on the warrant?
Yeah.
Is that correct? Okay. So you understand you would not have any further hearings here in Maricopa County. You would be held in the Maricopa County Jail non-bailable until California comes to pick you up within that 30-day time frame.
Yes.
All right, so I do need to ask you some questions on record, and the reason I'm doing this is because I have to ensure that it is a knowing and voluntary waiver on your part before I enter it in, okay? So I just need to have you answer out loud as I go through these, all right? So did you read the waiver of extradition paperwork, which is that laminated sheet?
Yes.
Do you understand that you do not have to sign the waiver here today?
Yes.
You understand that you have the right to demand an extradition hearing here in Maricopa County?
Yes.
And you have the right to hire an attorney at your own expense to represent you at that hearing?
Yes.
And you understand that you have the right to demand that a governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both states before your return?
Yes.
And do you understand that if you waive, or if you don't waive extradition, if you do the extradition hearing, you'd have the right to bail, which is that $51,407 bond. If you waive extradition, you would be held in the Maricopa County Jail non-bailable. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything in order to get you to sign the paperwork?
No.
Have you had any alcohol, drugs, or medication within the last 24 hours?
No.
All right. Based on those responses, then, I do find that you are knowingly, intelligently, voluntarily signing the waiver. I'll be signing it as well. And I am directing the Sheriff's Office to notify California that you are ready to return at this time. California will have 30 days from tomorrow to come pick you up unless there are any local charges pending. If there are local charges pending, the 30-day time frame would start at the conclusion of that case. So we'll have you come up here in just a moment. Before you do you have any additional questions regarding this?
No.
No? All right. If you want to go and step up, they'll let you know when to sign. You're going to sign on the digital pad over here. All right. I just signed that.